Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Alyssa and today I have an update for how I've been using my lip products. And you might notice that I don't have anything on right now, and that is because I thought it might be fun to try on all the lip products as I'm talking about my uses that I've had for actually over a month now, but we'll get into that. And yeah, so if that sounds interesting and fun for you to watch, then please keep watching. Yeah, I decided, so in case you're like, your hair looks a little bit of a mess, I don't know. I mean, often it looks like a mess, but this time it is sort of intentionally a mess. I've got like treatments and different things going on right now, and then I'm gonna like go wash it off. And so, I'm like, you know what? Let's do the lip stuff, and then if my face gets a whole mess from it, it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna wash it off. So I am gonna go in order of least likely to stain my lips or leave color behind to, the messiest for the end. I'm also maybe going to do like maybe 2 at a time for some of them, like a comparison, and also just so I'm not, because let's see, it's like a dozen lip products, so that would, I feel like, be really tiring for me. Let's go ahead and start using some of these things. So I have 2 treatment products. I'm going to do half and half. So this is the Ole Henriksen. And so if I just put it on this side of my mouth, you can see, like, you're not seeing much. I'm also just trying to show that it's not super glossy. This is the mangobomb.com. And then this is from Pharmacy, and it's their Lip Smoothie Apple. And I'm going to do it on this side. Okay, so the Glossier, I have used, now that got flipped around, there we go. The Glossier I have used 53 hundredths of a gram, which is way more than I have used, but I think it's because I took it away and I was kind of using it every night and maybe then some, just because it was very dry and yeah, like I needed it. So this is definitely very glossy. It's sticky. Like if I like rub with my hand, you'll see the shine for a bit if it shows it on there a little bit. I think yes. Whereas this is more balm-like. And as far as what I would still feel on my lips in the morning, this one I feel more. This I've been using then at home. I didn't take it with me. I will say my husband likes the scent of this one. Like he finds this pleasant, whereas a lot of my products he doesn't, and doesn't want to, kiss me if I've got different things on. The Mega one he's sort of like okay on, but this one he does like. And so I have been kind of making this more my, maybe putting on after my shower, and then, he'll be more up for wanting a kiss versus something else. Okay, next, which I guess I didn't really need to wipe off when it's just balm, but just for the best effect. All right, we're gonna do lip liners. So I have this very tiny NYX lip liner now, okay? So I actually used apparently a whole bunch. I am under 2 grams with it now. I used how much? 38 hundredths of a gram, which last month there was no change. And before that was only 1/100th of a gram. So I'm like, what happened? I don't know. But let me use a mirror though, just so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm just gonna do it on, this side of my mouth. And I'll fill in the lips a little bit too. But I have to really press hard. And because I had the glossy thing, it's also not doing much, but honestly, this doesn't do a ton for me. It's better when my lips are not balmy, but yeah, it's like the bare minimum. And that's why I would not buy the NYX again, just because it's so hard to use. It's like hard. I want it to be a little bit softer, a little creamier. And it doesn't, this color also is just, I wanted it to be like a nice cool toned nude, and I just don't feel like I'm getting that. Now on the other side, I'm going to use another one that's getting tiny. I could probably sharpen it shortly, but this had no weight change. So this is my Milani lip liner. It stayed the same, but it's probably just that, oh, I cut something there. Okay. It's probably just that, I haven't sharpened it. And so once I do the next sharpen, there'll probably be a, bigger difference. I shouldn't have done the balm. All right, well, let me just then show on my hand, I guess. I don't know. I'm like, what can I do? Like try to kiss off the balm. Yeah, you're barely seeing it. So I apologize for that. If I go like outside my lip line, maybe like I'm like just coming out. It's just a more warm toned one, and you know, it's fine. Okay. I don't even really have to do much to wipe off because they're basically already not there much. Okay, then I've got my Mario lip liner. And I'm gonna do it on one side because I want to show the difference between this pink and another one. All right, now this one's showing up. This one though tends to be too creamy for me because it then smears around. So I think it's, right now you're like, oh, that seems like a better lip liner than the others, but it's more just because I think the balm is kind of eventually coming off. But this one I used 1,300 of a gram, which, I don't know, maybe that's about average. It's hard to say. I think it's like I'm either using it or I'm not. So I guess I used it some, and so there we go. But there was another month where I had done like double that, so I clearly had used it a lot more. But then there was a month where I had 1/100th of a gram. So, you know. Now this one is from LA Girl, and it's pinky. And I would not wear this as like just on its own, because it's sort of a, I don't know, you'll see. So you can see how this is much more pink, and this is like, it tends to come off more as a warmer pink. Like right now it's actually looking pretty neutral, which is interesting, but I wanted more of a pink with the Mario than what it comes off on me. So this one I like because I can use it to make things more cool toned, to make it more pinky, that type of thing. So this one I used 0.08 of a gram, which I feel like is pretty good for a lip liner. You know, they just don't take as much, and you know, it has been sharpened, but I don't feel like I have to sharpen it all the time. It's so far working fairly well. So these are those two. All right, I have one more lip liner. Maybe I'll keep this on and compare it to, actually no, hold on. All right. And just so you know, I'm not normally a wipe person, but I've had this set of wipes for years. It was 2 wipes, it's a small pack. And I'm like, you know what? There was some other, I used the other one for like some swatching or something I did. And I'm like, I should just use them because they're just sitting there and having clutter. And then I'm like, I'll save the other one for something. And I'm like, oh, this will be great because then I can like really clean the canvas off. All right, so this is the other LA Girl liner I have. So this is called Spice. And normally it's not so tuggy. I think it's just because, you know, now my lips are getting a little irritated, but it's okay. In the middle, we're gonna do some oils. Okay. So I do want to kind of compare this to my Milani one. I'm gonna put that back on just to see. But this one, by the way, I used 0.06 of a gram. So about the same as the LA Girl one, which is interesting because like, I don't know, I have like a bunch of neutral things and now I have the one true pink. So yeah, I think I did pretty well with it. All right, here we go. Now the Milani is showing up because my lips are not all balmy. Okay, so maybe you can tell the Milani one is lighter than the LA Girl one. So it's just sort of, you know, I might prefer having the darker because a lot of times I like to have the lip liner and then do like just a lip oil on top. So I like kind of have that color, but the Milani one's also fine. But yeah, I like these, both of them, better than the NYX one. For my older of my lip oils, this one is, what is it? The Black Cherry Vanilla. This one I actually used a bunch. I took it with me. And I'm gonna do half and then the other one. So this is definitely the more purpley one. I used 0.44 of a gram, which is the most I've used, but I think it's partially that I finished up my other, actually no, I didn't take this one with me. I just remembered. So actually I just was doing well with it. I actually took this one, my hot chocolate one. I don't think I took that one. I don't think I took both. I think it was just this one. I know I took this one. But I think because I finished my other lip oils, that now I just have like, you know, this one's newer and I have that one. And so, you know, now they're just getting more use. So then this one, all right, is easier for me to wear. So if I'm like not doing anything, if I just like am putting them on and then, you know, I go to look like, okay, so this one I got a little bit of like on the edge there, but you know, it's not a big deal. But like this one tends to be a little bit more patchy. Like I can't just wear it plain. Like I need something under it. Otherwise you kind of like it settles into the lines a little bit because it's dark. And, you know, so if I was, you know, just everything was darker, it probably would be fine. So I think it's just me. So like if you're my kind of color, you know, and lip pigment, that sort of thing, then, you know, I still like it. And I like that it can kind of change the color of other lip products I'm using. Like if I have something warm, like really warm red, I put this on top, it just makes it something different. So, and the flavor is good on both for me. So, you know, I'm just kind of showing that it's like if you want just more basic neutral that I can just kind of wear, or this one I might have to be a little more fussy with, like on the edges, it kind of gathers now too. So this one though, I used 0.4 of a gram, which was almost as much as the other one. So, you know, it kind of shows me that they both are serving a good purpose in my collection right now. Okay. Taking out the oils. Ignore if I'm getting all, you know, messy, it's fine. All right, now we have from Ole Henriksen. I have, this is the Pout Preserve, but it's the shimmer type one. So this one I used 0.29 of a gram, which is about on par with what I do. So, and I thought I was using it a bunch, but you know, just goes to show. So maybe that doesn't show the best. Yeah, you're not really seeing, it does kind of add, it's almost like a milky sort of thing. So I have to watch how I'm wearing it, that it can almost be a little too light. It also can get goopy. Like I can't just keep piling it on. I have to be a little more mindful. But then I have this other gloss, which I used a lot. It's the most I think I've used. I'd have to go all the way back to the start of last year to see. But this past time I used 0.28 of a gram. I'm definitely, you know, like there's like windowing and stuff happening. So there's that. I've had this for a year now and I'm trying to finish it up. So, you know, it is a nice color. The fragrance isn't as strong as it was, so that's nice, or I've just gotten used to it. But this is one that I can throw on in general, and it's not super sticky, you know, and it doesn't do like the weird gap, it kind of fills in, like it's still pigmented, like that purpley Milani lip oil, but it's more of a fuller pigment than an oil, so there you go. All right, now, let's see, what I was gonna do, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, like how did I pair these up? All right, so I have my e.l.f. Balm, and this is in the, which color, I always forget, Wild Cherry, okay. This one I did take with me. All right, that was a little messy. This you have to be like slightly careful, but not totally. I could do it without looking, like if I look, yeah, I'm talking and stuff. This one, I feel like it has the pigment, but it's a little bit more similar to my lip color, so it fills in okay, and it's not weird. And then so how much I used of it. I used 0.37 of a gram, which is a lot for me, and you know, it is getting skinnier, but again, I took this with me, so it makes sense. You know, it's like I only have so many products, and it was a nice way to add a little bit of color. I'm gonna pair it with the Milani Color Statement in Role Play. Actually, it's not Color Statement. That's the other one. This is their, it doesn't say it on here. It's some sort of like balm-ish type thing, but it is a lipstick. So just to show, I went out of my line. They are very similar in color. I feel like they're a warm red. The e.l.f. Balm is a little easier to wear just because it's a balm and it's that little bit less bam color. And so I can apply it without looking. And whereas like this, you know, I can't really take it on the go as much. But I am making good progress. I was using it as a cream blush and I thought it was fine, but now I'm thinking it might have caused some breakouts on my cheek, or like not, it's like the start of pimples and then they went away. And so it's either the time of the month or it was this, I don't know. So I am taking a break from using it that way for now and seeing if I can just do more lip usage. But on the lips, let's see. Oh yeah, so I did 0.12 of a gram, which is the same as the last update, but I think that time I had it in a project. So this was just using it, I believe. I could be wrong. Okay, so those are my shinier reds. Okay. Now, I'm going to do my 2 other Milani lipsticks here. So I have, all right, so my Color Statement one in Naked. And this is one I would probably rebuy when I use it up, which I mean, you know, there's not a ton left. So I actually use 0.12 of a gram, which is really good for a lipstick for me. And then this one, I also don't have much left. This is my So Obsessed crayon from them. And I brought this with me and the other one I have on. So this one is just another kind of, so this is a cool neutral. And then this one, it's like, I go back and forth. Like I was like, oh yeah, I would never get this one again. But then I actually do kind of like the color. But I will say that the lip crayons are more expensive than the Color Statement. So maybe I would try to find a color like this in the Color Statement one. But yeah, so it's like, you know, the darker, but then like I like doing this with like the brown lip oil I have, or just like some other gloss. I can use it just as like sort of on the outer edge and then put a red or something with it. It has been nice to have. And I guess part of it is that it is more of a crayon than a wider face. So I don't know, like would the Color Statement one work for me? I'm not sure. Oh, and for this, I actually did a good job as well. I used 0.08 of a gram, which is the most I've used in a while. So, yeah. All right, I have just 2 more lip products to try on, so yay. I do want to mention, before I do those, my Mario Lip Balm is all used. I mean, technically I could try to dig out, but I don't like this, so I'm not going to do that. I ended up using another 0.13 of a gram. Like I had been using, I think every time it's been 0.13 of a gram, and it is all gone, so yay. And my last 2 lip products, this NYX Lip IV in Espresso Soak, I think is somewhere. It's gonna say something like that. I don't know. We're just gonna, yes, Espresso Soak, I found it. Okay, so this one is a stain. Okay, so if and you can see how dark it looks right now. And then it feels nice in a way, like it feels wet. But then if I let it stay, it does kind of feel like it dries my lips out a bit. And then this will get patchy when it does the, like if I just let it be and dry down and then like I'm eating and stuff and like the glossy part goes away, I feel like it doesn't leave behind an even stain. But if I wipe it away after like a couple minutes, that's better. So that's what I've usually been doing with it versus, you know, leaving it on and all that. So the NYX, I used 0.15 of a gram, which is about what I normally use. So it's, you know, it's on par. The Fenty is new. I have not shown it yet in this project. So when I brought it in, it was 37 and 0.74 grams. On the packaging, it says it has, how many grams is it? Yeah, 5.5 grams. Somehow, since I brought it in, it is now 34.99 grams, which would mean that I've used 2 and 0.8 grams. So I've somehow used about half of it. I find that really hard to believe. So I don't know, maybe they lied. Now this one I should be using a mirror, but I'm not. I mean, I'm using a far away mirror, but I'm not using my up close one right now. So yeah, mistakes. But I'm just trying to show how it looks. Now I'm gonna, let's see, how did I do? Not bad, really. So this one I have found, all right, I'm just not gonna care that it's running a bit. Maybe I do care a little bit actually. This one will stain a bit, which is kind of nice then for like a wear down. It's not a fully transfer proof, but I will say if I have some sort of moisturizing thing underneath, like the Glossier balm or something like that, it will not dry down as well, and it will tend to move out of my lip line more. It's just, yeah, so I prefer not having super moisturized lips underneath, just to have it work its best. And it does get a little drying, like, I don't know, maybe a couple hours or so into that. But then I can always put, and let me go ahead and wipe off the NYX. And maybe you can see, I guess maybe not because of this, I usually use like a tissue. But maybe you can see, it left like a little bit of a stain behind. I just hit the camera, I'm sorry. Usually it leaves a bit more behind, but like I said, I think it's more because I'm using this versus just like patting it off or blotting it, I should say. But just to show, so like I had, yeah. And also I've heard some people say like you could just put on half and then blot, or not blot, now tap your lips together. But when I did that, it didn't do an even application. And then when I tried to touch it, it just wasn't as good. It's better just to like put it on top and bottom. But let's say, you know, I've been wearing this. I'm just gonna put this on part, and I'm just gonna put it on my, no, I'll put it on, it's fine. Okay, and I'll just wipe it off. So, if you notice like how it gets more glossy then versus the other side. So if I feel like it's been getting dry, like I've had this on for a bit, or maybe I've eaten and it's gotten like a little bit patchy, that kind of thing, then I can put a gloss on and it will kind of fade off a little more evenly. It just kind of redistributes the pigment a bit, I feel like. And then I can always blot a bit and kind of, you know, have it more gently wear away. And that seems to be working well. So I've worn it not enough times, I feel like, to have used 2 and 8 times grams. But yeah, I have been getting myself, like, I'm more into wearing the red gradually. I'm trying, just like the red eyeshadow. And so yeah, I am, you know, trying to use it. I feel like this is turning into a very long video, so I'm sorry, but thank you if you're still with me. Okay, this boggles my mind. Somehow, if we count the Fenty, it would be 7 and 7/900 grams of product used. If we're just counting everything else, and I'm ignoring the Fenty, 4 and 9900ths. And then I'm also gonna take away, I don't know if I actually said, by the way, my little pharmacy thing here, I used 1 and 4300 grams, which is a lot, but there's still like a ton in here. It's 6 grams. I feel like it's more than that, but I don't know. Then it's still 3 and 5600 grams. So I guess I did use a lot of lip products then. And also I will say, you know, it has been maybe closer to 2 months or something of use. Not quite, but you know, so, but still, I actually did really well, I guess. So, yay. I got lipstick on my tooth. Sorry. It's because I put the gloss on early. That's, you know, kind of a no-no with this lipstick. But I will say I do have goals before I would bring in any other lip products, just because I felt like I kind of went a little bit wild this past year with it. So I did have a video with my goals, and I put that if I was to bring in any other lip product by myself, like if someone just gifted me one, then I, you know, can't control that. I have to have finished 2 lip products that are on this specific list. So either I have my lip oils, my e.l.f. balm, the Ole Henriksen balm, Mario, any of the older 3 lip liners. I mean, I guess the newer one, but those are my thing. This gloss, and also my Milani Naked Lipstick. Those are kind of the ones that I feel like would be the closest to getting finished, you know, in a reasonable time. So it doesn't matter if I finish both lip oils, I would let myself get another lip oil because I like using those a lot. Most of these other things would not be replacements. So like when I said, you know, I would probably rebuy this Naked Lipstick, I have to wait though, like even if I finish this, I'd have to finish something else in order to replace this. And maybe if I'm finishing like a lip oil, I might instead prefer to get another lip oil versus this, so I'd have to consider that. And I'm gonna kind of stick with using up 2 for now to bring something in, just to kind of get things back down. I felt like my lip liners went a little out of sorts, my red lip products went a little bit too much. So, you know, that's all. I'm just trying to keep things controlled. But thank you so much for watching, and I will have another update next month with how it goes. And I feel like now I have kind of like restarted with this year, and so then we'll see. Maybe next month will also be another big usage. Maybe that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. Maybe I just use a lot more when I'm traveling. But until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye. Oh my gosh, I got more lipstick on my tooth again. Sorry.